Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, it's 11:04. It is the Play Alberta Lock Shop. Thank you very much for being here today. Dustin Nielson with you. Hustle be by shortly. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for the Lock Shop. Hey, why not? I've already sent off the grandest of parlays. The D-Gen Den is on it early today. That has been sent off. Should be popping up on the EST specials page over at Play Alberta shortly. They're on Otani over 0.5 RBIs. They're looking at Otani RBI. Dodgers minus 1.5. That would be the Dodgers run line. And then the Whitecaps halftime, full-time versus Van FC. That's a Canadian Championship final. So the D-Gen Den, I also get a note here from Big Uke, supersized Indiana Jones, says the Den is currently cooking up a player's future parlay and team's future parlays that they're going to send over, and hopefully we'll get those up as well. It is new code day. It is October 1st, so we have our new bonus codes over at Play Alberta. Let's smash these things. Let's make sure Play Alberta knows that EST and the Lock Shoppers and all the nasties are coming after those free bets. Your codes are as follows. EST 50, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet. EST Sports, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet. EST Casino, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet as well. All right, so the codes are simple. EST Sports, EST 50, EST Casino, deposit 50, you will get a $50 free bet. And make sure when you are playing over at Play Alberta, don't get in over your head. Please use your game sense. We've got a few things already up over at Play Alberta today from earlier this morning on the Nielsen Show with the early bird bets. So let's lay those out for you as well. There's also a ton of different promotions that pop up in Play Alberta when you go there as well. If you have time, dig into a few of those. I'm sure there's a few other nice little specials you'll be able to find. We put it together a CFL moneyline parlay this morning. We're talking about it around the office later on. We really like it. It is the Rough Riders on the money line. It is the Lions on the money line. Boosted from plus 113 to plus 136. So yes, Riders money line. They're looking to snap a 2-game slide. They get Ottawa. And then the BC Lions have been rolling. They get Calgary, who's been doing anything but rolling. So Riders money line, Lions money line, plus 136. Plus our McDavid Draisaitl goal props parlay is still up as well, plus 121. That is McDavid 36-plus regular season goals, Draisaitl 40-plus regular season goals at plus 121. You can also click on Odds Boost. You can click on Daily Specials. There's always a ton of stuff going on with the Daily Specials over there. Let's see what we got right now for baseball. There's a bunch up for the Red Sox and Yankees. Austin Wells, Ben Rice, Jazz Chisholm, all to have a hit. Yankees to win, plus 450. Brayan Bello, 6+ strikeouts. Red Sox to win, plus 500. Bello and Rodon, both 7+ strikeouts, plus 1160. So you can get that over there as well. And our presentation says the grandest isn't up yet. No, I sent that to them 5 minutes ago, so it should be up shortly. Let me just double check they got it. They'll get it up as soon as they can, for sure. All right, we've got lots to get to. That Kaprizov news moved yesterday. Of course, we're sitting here in the Lock Shop. A couple of guys in markets. There are looming UFAs at the end of the year. Kyle Connor and Connor McDavid. So maybe we'll discuss that a little bit. We got Major League Baseball playoffs, CFL, NFL lines we can dive into as well. Let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk, co-host of the Lock Shop. Huss, what is up, buddy? How you doing, my man?
Not much. How's the day off?
It's busy. It's never a day off. Elizabeth had hockey last night. Marshall had basketball. We actually came into the office yesterday, did some stuff that I don't usually have time for during the week. What else did we do yesterday? Played some video games. That was fun with the kids. Played a little bit of basketball outside, 2-on-2. Me and Elizabeth versus Marshall and Mummy. Tight battle. Came down to the wire, and the Muzz hits the game winner. Just an absolute dagger. Marshall was rattled. I was just like, what are you going to do? I mean, she's a little killer. She's a cold-blooded killer. So that was, all in all, it was a pretty good day, buddy. It was nice. It was, I could really get used to having like a day in the middle of the week off. You know, like just one a week, you know, where everything's just Give me Wednesday. You work 2 days, you get Wednesday off. You work 2 more days, and then you get 2 days off. That's the ideal setup, is it not?
I mean, I wouldn't complain. I would not complain. But the grind of EST and WST is a daily thing. So we'll take the odd day off, but we are right back at it. I got to tell you, I watched more baseball yesterday than I think I have in one sitting in legitimately in years.
Did you just settle in and do the whole day? Did you watch them all? Touch them all, Huss. Watch them all, Huss. You'll never have a baseball day like this again.
I touched them all, and I did. I was 3-1 in the picks. I did take the Padres, and they lost. Had a nice, and I tweeted this out. I don't know if anyone wrote, but Boston Red Sox and Dodgers run line, which was about plus 350. So that was nice. And man, the Monday nighter, by the way, I had to come and own 1-4 against the spread, but mentioned that the Ryder Cup was killed it. The props were great. I actually ended up having a great betting weekend outside of the focus. So the focus that we normally do on the spread picks. Man, did I have a great Monday night.
Our parlay hit too. Hill and Sutton.
The parlay hit. I took Miami and Cincy, parlayed those two, and then also did a Sutton Fields touchdown parlay at 6-1.
Oh, very nice.
So anyways, it was great, and I reinvested quite a bit into a couple of Chiefs Super Bowl futures, Mahomes MVP, and Bomber Grey Cup future. And then I saw that little tidbit from the CFL that you tweeted out last night.
We got to get to that.
What do you think about that little tidbit?
Well, to be honest with you, man, it doesn't make sense to me. I'll just because they're doing that based on the math, right? That's their thing. It's the playoff probability odds to win the 112th Grey Cup. They're saying Winnipeg has 7% better odds than anybody else in the entire league. And I'm not sure where they're getting these numbers from. I don't know. I mean, 7% better than anybody else in the league? I can't. So basically, it was the CFL.ca that put it out. They said the Bombers have 29.49% chance. The Lions have a 22.7% chance. The Riders have a 21.9% chance. And then the Ticats have a 12.4% chance. And the fact that there's no Montreal Alouettes in here makes the whole thing bogus to me. I would love to know where they get these numbers from. But I put that out interesting. You came back with the great Mike Tyson gif, which is perfect. But not even you would think that the Bombers have a 7% better chance than anybody else to win the Grey Cup, would you?
No, but listen, sometimes you just have to believe the numbers, Dusty. Sometimes you have to accept that all these the spreadsheets and the analytics tell us things sometimes that our eyes don't see. Although my eyes saw.
I love you taking those winnings from Monday Night Football and just putting it on Homer futures.
Well, listen, here's the thing.
Good number, though, on Winnipeg. We were talking about that earlier.
Well, and when was the last time the Chiefs were 10-1 to win the Super Bowl?
Years.
And looking good. Exactly. So as I said, it was a perfect opportunity to get in a few nice ones that I can ride from the rest of the season. But I will admit, dude, I came out of that weekend after the Bombers thrashed the Ticats on Saturday, and then the Chiefs made Lamar Jackson tap out and smoke the Ravens. I'm like, this feels like 2019 all over again. We are, because the funny thing is at that point, no one believed in the Bombers or the Chiefs. Then they both went on winning for a while, and then it was like everyone assumed for it. Everyone has been waiting for this drop-off of both of these teams. We did see it early, certainly with Winnipeg, certainly with the start of the Chiefs season. But the trend is very, very positive for both of these squads right now. I will admit, just on that CFL thing, I was stunned. in reality to see that the Bombers were the favorite, like based on all of these things. But I will say this, I think the Bombers are very live right now, like with Saskatchewan and with BC and with Montreal and with Hamilton. Like, I think they are right there in the mix, and I can make an argument why they are getting better and better. I mean, it all comes down to Zach Collaros. I mean, if Zach Collaros is not playing, put a 0 beside the Bombers.
Yeah.
But he's back. The defense is playing great. Their special teams is elite. They've gotten off the mat, and listen, come playoff time, they're going to scare the hell out of somebody. And it's probably going to happen twice, because like the chances of them winning the West, I think, are basically done. Like Saskatchewan, I guess there's a possibility they could beat Sask, but they don't have a tiebreaker against Saskatchewan or Calgary. So it's whatever. I will assume that they're playing in that first round. Now that could be a home game. I mean, if they can hold down, if they can get second, and that would be great. But just the thought of Bombers going into Saskatchewan to play the Riders in a West final with a trip to Winnipeg in the Grey Cup, I mean, that would be like, there's been some incredible Bomber Rider games in the past. And obviously we've had a couple great West finals. It would be such a turnaround, with that scenario where the Bombers would be the road team. But if they can win home in the Grey Cup, got to tell you, I think the end of this, like the final few weeks of the CFL season, are going to be so good, because there's nothing really set in stone right now. And I mean, we're not going to have a lot of starters resting, I think, in week 21 or whatever this last week. I mean, people are going to be playing to the finish line.
We were having a conversation today on our show. One of our questions for 3 Questions Too Many, somebody asked us, like, do we think Calgary might be the one that the Elks could track down for a possible playoff spot? And with the way Calgary's been trending, Calgary gets BC this week in just a massive game in Vancouver. And then they get Hamilton. Hamilton is going to be absolutely desperate, fighting for home field and a bye in the East. Then they get Toronto, which we'll see where Toronto's at that point. They might be dead, but I think the Argos will have a chip on their shoulder. And then Edmonton plays Calgary in the final game of the year. So there's a lot of things that have to go right. But can you imagine, with the way the season started for Calgary and the way the season started for Edmonton, if there's somehow, some way, those guys are playing for like a crossover spot, and let's say BC or Winnipeg are in the 2-3 spot, that would be incredible. Late October, Commonwealth for a spot in the playoffs, injected into my veins. It's not likely, but I think it might be more likely than tracking down Winnipeg or BC at this point.
You make a great point. I mean, Calgary has this big game against BC this weekend.
Yep.
We talked about this. I mean, I think I can tell you right now, if they did what they did in Calgary, I'm going to ride with BC at home in that game. So that would mean Calgary falls to 8-7. BC would be 9-7. Bombers on the bye. I mean, Edmonton, if they can run, so Edmonton has 2 games against Calgary?
No, just the one, but they split the first 2. So the season series is up for grabs in the rubber match.
Okay.
Right.
And then the Elks' other 2 games are Winnipeg.
They
have to win that game.
Because what are they right now? The Elks are 4 points back at Calgary.
They're 6-9, but they've also played an extra game.
They played an extra game.
Assume that BC wins that game.
Yeah. Who's the Elks? They just played who do they?
What's the Edmonton BC situation for tiebreaker?
BC has it. Beat them twice earlier in the year.
Okay.
And the Winnipeg one, Edmonton would have to beat Winnipeg by 14 to take the tiebreaker in that one. Oh, the Elks get the Lions. They have to go into BC on Friday, October 17th. Not easy. But, I mean, who knows? Calgary hasn't impressed much lately. So, and the Elks have actually played pretty well for 2 months. So, we'll see.
If you do an autopsy of those 9 losses by the Elks, I mean, there's a couple that could have easily gone the other way. And they could be sitting there right there at 8-7.
They could be right there with those. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a tough start, tough breaks along the way, tough games that they had a chance to close out, needed like one play defensively, one play offensively, couldn't get it done. But hey, whatever. Those are already behind them. They're going to need a ton of help. Going to have to play extremely well. But the dream scenario would be Calgary, Edmonton in Edmonton for the crossover spot, which would be quite the scene. I think that's no doubt about that. Okay, Huss, let's put together a little parlay for Major League Baseball playoffs. One game already underway. I saw the Tigers had 2 on. Yeah, 2 out, top of the first. I don't have the game on here. I don't know if they cashed anybody yet. Internet's a little slow to load. But we'll take a look at those other 3 games. But what about Kaprizov, man? Let's hit this Kaprizov news. He ends up getting $17 million a year on an 8-year deal, biggest contract in NHL history. You guys have Kyle Connor in the peg that you're wondering where the number comes in at. We don't think the McDavid contract will be impacted too much by Kaprizov because he's not even remotely thinking about the 8 years right now. So the numbers, like the math's just not going to add up there. But what about in Winnipeg with Kyle Connor? What are people saying? How much does this impact a possible Kyle Connor deal?
Well, I mean, I guess this can change things. I mean, by all accounts, there's, the Connor camp and the Jets camp, I think, sort of know where they're going to be for the deal. What they're negotiating on right now is the structure of the contract. The Jets don't do deals or have never done deals in the past. That is all, front loaded, bonus money, those sort of things. They haven't been able to do that in the past. And I guess that's a demand right now. If they're going to get there, they want a whole bunch of it up front and those sort of things. So that seems to be now. I mean, it's not going to hurt Kyle Connor. That's for sure. I mean, I've kind of thought originally that it was going to be in and around 11. And then with the cap going up and the numbers, we thought maybe 12. I could see this actually end up being Kyle Connor. Here's $100 million for 8 years. It's $12.5 a year, and figure out where. I don't think it'll be more than that. The big question though is just how they get it structured, and hopefully that can get done in the next week before everything happens. It was funny that the Jets played the Wild last night. And, there's been a lot of back and forth between these teams. I mean, cheap shots from Ryan Hartman on Ehlers that knocked him out of the playoffs the year before. They're still mad about Logan Stanley falling on Kaprizov and injuring him 2 seasons ago with what Remus described as a bonsai drop for you WWE fans. Just like, could you imagine if he signed his deal yesterday and then went out and got hurt in a preseason game against the Winnipeg Jets? I mean, he didn't. Jets had a couple. Taves left the game last night and didn't.
I saw that.
And then Nemetsnikov got smoked from behind by Trennan and got taken out by the concussion spotter and never came back. So, I mean, right now you just want to get through the preseason. Taves apparently tweaked something. Hopefully it's minor. It would be a real bummer. I mean, even if he was just missing one game, to not have him in that lineup for the home opener.
There's going to be so much buzz around that, right?
Oh my God. Totally. So yeah, we move on. But I mean, the guy that I wonder about is Jack Eichel. But I mean, obviously he's in Vegas. He's won a cup there. I was talking to Lawless last night. I'm like, hey, what if Jack Eichel pulls a LeBron, wins his cup in Vegas, and then goes back to Buffalo trying to? He's like, yeah, I don't think. I
don't like his chances going back to Buffalo and delivering a title. I don't know if that's gonna work. I thought we had Jamie McLennan on this morning, and he brought up an interesting point. The Minnesota Wild had to play Kaprizov. They had to. He's their biggest superstar in franchise history. You could not let that guy get away. You had to pay him. Whereas in Vegas, business is kind of done differently, right? They're more of Eichel's their best player, but they are very much a win by committee sort of team, right? So Like, are they going to drop 15 mil on Eichel? Is that where that number comes in at on Jack Eichel? I don't think it's crazy to think that right now with where the contracts are going with the cap going up.
I'm sure they were expecting to get him done in the high 13s, maybe 14 max. And now with this, here's the thing. Guys have to, like, I get it that Kaprizov got his deal and he really bent Bill Guerin over. I mean, it's just amazing that he says no to 16 a year, which was the richest contract offer in Major League Baseball history. And then just
you said Major League Baseball. Are you watching the baseball game?
Sorry, yeah, exactly. NHL history. And then just kicks back for a week and squeezes him for another $8 million. I mean, pretty great negotiating. But I mean, they had him over a barrel. They got it done. And yeah, you're right. For the Minnesota Wild, and like the Wild, it's even different than the Jets. If you look at the Jets, the Jets have Hellebuck and they've got Scheifele and they've got Morrissey. I mean, those guys signed. Connor is their most important offensive player. But I mean, Kaprizov, it feels like Kaprizov's responsible for like 50% of the Minnesota offense. So he is just so much a linchpin to everything that they do. They had to find a way to get it done, and they did. So, I mean, I guess good on them. For the McDavid things, I mean, I was listening to the Overdrive guys say, well, the one thing, this is according to Mike Johnson, the one thing that we can be sure of is whatever McDavid does, whether it's a 1-year deal or whatever, the floor, according to MJ, is $17 million.
Because of the Kaprizov deal.
Yeah, like how can you, like, I mean, what would agents around the league say if we've already got this as a standard and then McDavid goes and takes 14? I mean,
he's not taking 14, but I don't think it's crazy to think that he comes in like just a couple of years slightly under 17. They bought so many unrestricted free agent years with Kaprizov. You're usually going to have to pay a little bit more for that, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, we're comparing Connor McDavid to Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah.
Like to me, there's really no comparison because it's McDavid and everybody else. And in reality, this is how the deal is going to get done from the Oilers to Connor. He's going to come in and say, okay, I'm ready to sign. Here it is. This is how many years. This is how much you're paying me. Please sign it.
Yeah. Like, we've been waiting for that for 4 months.
That's what is a little concerning, I think, from an Oiler perspective. Like the team,
I don't think it should be a little concerning. I think it should be very concerning at this point, buddy.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Listen,
you're being nice. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to stoke the flames of panic, but between everything that we've heard him say, that the infamous 0 term or no term line. You do wonder if there's more to it than what we're seeing right now. Oh, that would be a Cleveland Guardians bomb to start things off.
Bottom of the first?
Nice start on George Valera right off the bat.
There we go. Got to get one. Got to get one today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you. Here's one other name to think about.
Okay.
And this is actually hilarious, like coming out of yesterday. What are the Avalanche feeling right now? Like they ended up trading Mikko Rantanen because they didn't want to give him 12. And now they're in the exact same situation they were last year with Marty Nakash. Sarah Valley said today, this is a clip from from his show, I guess. I'm not saying that Nakash is not going to re-sign in Colorado, but it might get to a place where they have to do something to move on. They're in the exact same position with Nakash that they were with Rantanen last year. And with how much things have escalated in cost, the cost for Nakash is probably going to be at or more than Rantanen was. Who would you rather have? It's not even close. Like, I think that the Avs will look back at that as a very, very unfortunate. And I'm trying to think of when they found out that the cap was going up the way that it was. But I mean, you have to be ahead of the game on that. And I mean, for them to have Rantanen in their building, in the division, like 4 times a year, it's probably playoffs. We'll be talking about that deal for a long time.
That is a tough look. You think he comes in at like 11 mil, Natchez?
I mean, he's definitely going to ask for that. And if he doesn't get it there, like, there'll be some team.
Yeah, he had 83 points last year. So, and he'd be 27 next year as a UFA. So he would get paid.
Yeah, I mean, he was a point-a-game player in Carolina last year. He was just about a point-a-game player in Colorado last year. He is 26 right now. He'll turn 27. So you're basically getting him at 27, which is presumably is the pride of his the prime of his career. So it's gonna cost him money.
Well, they got to pay him, and then Makar has this year and next year at 9, and then he becomes the first defenseman to make $15 million in league history. I mean, I think,
yeah,
right, because they got McKinnon locked up till 2031 at 12.6. So pretty much already a bargain deal considering Kaprizov is making almost $5 million more. But Makar is going to cost them a ton.
What was the term on the Bush deal?
4 years. I think he got 4 years, and it was 10.5.
Yeah.
So he's got this year and then 3 more at 10.5.
And then, of course, Nurse.
But do you think I was crazy to say in 2 years Makar's a $15 million defenseman?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
To be honest, if he wants to really grind them, we're probably like, who would you rather have, Kaprizov or Makar?
Yeah, I mean, and that's going to be 2 years from now. Cap will be even higher. I don't think it's crazy for him to be that next best player that comes up and becomes the highest paid player in the league for a year until McDavid gets redone again or something like that, right?
Freaking $70 million for 4 years or something like that.
That is a lot of money.
The money is just so crazy right now. Oilers made a deal. Got a goalie today.
They did. They gave up future considerations for Connor Ingram. Did have $800,000 retained. He'll be sent down to the Condors to start.
He's obviously got to clear waivers.
No, he doesn't have to because of the fact that the money was retained. I guess he can be sent right down because he cleared waivers like last week.
Oh,
right. He cleared waivers 2 days ago, or Monday. I think he cleared waivers or late last week. So they'll be able to send him down right now. I know Stan Bowman talked about it today. Maybe we'll have that for you on the oil stream. Hey, Nan, so can you tell Trev or somebody to grab Bowman? Oh, did you grab it? You guys going to have it on EST Afternoons? Okay, the boys are going to have it on EST Afternoons today. They'll have part of it. He spoke for like 13 minutes today. So, Ingram's interesting.
Extra body, low cost acquisition.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's no downside to this move. There's only upside. There's no downside to it. He's a guy who has more NHL experience than other goaltender they have in the organization as far as the next call-up goes. And he has had stints in the National Hockey League that have been better than some of Stuart Skinner's stints in the National Hockey League. So I think Ingram can end up factoring in here at some point this year, but it's a straight up no downside move here from the Oilers to, at worst, give you a different look between the pipes should it be required at some point here in the year.
You know, which got me thinking, let's do a little lock shop. Where are they now? Where is Jack Campbell?
Where is Jack Campbell now?
He is, the old wrestling term, parts unknown.
Did he not call it quits?
He has no contract right now.
Yeah, I think.
Hasn't played in the league since 23-24 with the Oilers. Played in Bakersfield for the rest of that year.
He was he was last in Detroit, and that's when he entered the players' assistance program.
Oh, Oh, I didn't know that he did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was in the beginning of last season. So
he got 14 games in the A last year. So
probably done.
He's only 32.
Yeah, but his game completely fell off, man. He's been through maybe he climbs back out of the American Hockey League if he wants to continue to push. But I'd be pretty surprised.
He's got to get a contract. He's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And listen,
and then he's got to be in the American League for a while. And there's been nothing for the last few years that would make you think he can get back to the National Hockey League. So
yeah, if he's got a but you know what? Sometimes though, I mean, maybe the reason why he fell off the way that he was the reason why he went to the player assistance program. And if you can get on the right track and get a second chance somewhere, the funny thing is that I'm just looking at this. I mean, he is going to be compensated still quite well. He's making 2.3 this year. He'll make 2.6 next year.
So you don't need to bring these up.
1.5 for the next 3 years after that. So that's 2.7 of the cap.
That's it. That's a cap hit that they have to deal with. Yeah.
They had to. Well, for every Zach Hyman.
Yeah, a little bit of a backfire. A little bit of a backfire on that one. Yep. Okay, hey, let's dive over here to the next baseball game starts at 1:08, then 4:08, 7:08. So we got just your thoughts on the rest of this slate here, Huss. Is there a little two-gamer that we can put together?
Yes, there most certainly is.
Is there a Yankees bounce back coming here?
I think so. I mean, I said, and I think we talked about this on Monday, I'm sort of hoping the Jays get the Yankees. I bet the Red Sox last night because I was not going against Garrett Crochet. I mean, if you just rode the best pitchers yesterday, the Tigers and Red Sox, both got it done. Scuba was a favorite. Crochet was still plus money. I think it was plus 115 or plus 113 on the Red Sox last night. Man, were those guys incredible. Scuba went 8 2/3 and had 14 strikeouts. And Crochet last night had 11 strikeouts in the game. By the way, did you see the end of the ninth inning of Yankees Red Sox?
I did not.
Oh, so Aroldis Chapman comes in to face one batter in the eighth, gets them out. So he's rolling out. They're looking for a 4-out save. He gives up 3 singles on the first 5 pitches of the ninth inning. And it was trying to think of who was leading off, then Judge, and then Bellinger. So their top 3 are on bases loaded, no out. And then it was Stanton came out. They got Stanton. The next guy up hit a short pop into right field that they were down 2, right? Because the Red Sox got an insurance run. So you're not taking that chance knowing that you're going to need a hit either way. So they stayed. And then he got the strikeout at the end and was like 101. Like the pitching yesterday was just incredible. Crochet, Skubal were both hitting triple digits like in the 7th and 8th inning. And then Chapman last night was an absolute flamethrower and got it done.
Still throwing smoke all these years later still, eh? Incredible.
And you think about it.
How old is Chapman now?
Closer in baseball. And then he had all those like pretty ugly, like a domestic violence charge and was out for a bit. And then he had to come back. Like he signed with the Royals when they were garbage, played with the Pirates, who are literally probably the least desirable team outside of maybe the A's or the Rockies to play for right now. And then went to and then ended up with the Red Sox. And now he's on a good team and he's closing again. He did quite the
Royals, Rangers, and Pirates from 23 to 24. And then settled in with the Red Sox here this year.
But yeah.
He got to be fired up doing that against the Yankees, though. You'd love to see it.
Why don't you let's roll out the odds on these games.
Here's what we got. We got the Cubbies minus 112 on the money line. Total there 6.5. And then the Yankees minus 182 on the money line with a 7.5 total. and plus 121 on the run line. And then the Dodgers minus 294 on the money line and minus 128 on the run line, with a total of 8 in that Reds Dodgers game, which the Dodgers are more than capable of covering themselves, obviously, after we saw what they did last night.
Dylan Cease for the Padres, Kittredge, I should say, for the Cubs, Bello for the Red Sox, and Rodon for the Yankees, and Liddell. And is Yoshinobu Yamamoto the best name in sports?
It's a name. YY? I mean, it's a name. I don't know if many guys have had a YY initials.
Like there was Zarly Zalapsky way back in the day. The ZZ, we'll always remember him. But Yoshinobu Yamamoto, what a handle. And I mean, dude, he is just an absolute stud. Listen to his strikeout totals in his last 5 games. 7, 7, 10, 10, 10.
Oh, man. 44 strikeouts over a 5-game stretch.
After seeing what I saw last night and with Otani, I'm like, until we get into them facing like the elite
straight up run line on these, right? Like
run line on the Dodgers.
What do we
run line on the Dodgers again tonight?
Run line Dodgers, Yankees money line plus 176. 2-gamer, get a little bit of a boost on it.
If you can get that or two around 2-1,
be
laughing. I do love that. I played earlier today before we went on, a Cleveland San Diego Yankees parlay, basically game 3 to happen in all 3 of those series. But yeah, for me, the best case scenario is another crazy game like last night that gets right down to the 9th inning. And then maybe we could get an epic extra innings game in a game 3 and just like every arm used just to set it up for that start. Like that's why winning that game on Sunday was so important. I mean, like the Yankees could be out of the playoffs by the time you and the kids have dinner this afternoon.
Yeah. Fine. It's insane, right? That's Yankees out just like that.
Today. Jays are doing a scrimmage today.
Yeah. And tomorrow, back-to-back scrimmages. Rip City Step says Coco Crisp still the GOAT.
Yeah.
That's a good drop. That's a good drop, man. His name was Covelli Lois Crisp, but they called him Coco. Coco Crisp. All right, so that's what we'll put together. Hey, but just quickly on Otani, we were talking about this morning on one of our segments on the Nielsen Show. He had his 7th home run at Dodger Stadium of 450 feet or more. Nobody else has done it twice. He's done it 7 times since 2015 when they started StatCasting this stuff. And I said this, like we were, do you think enough people realize what we're witnessing?
No.
With Otani, Huss? I know. It's crazy.
Not even close. So at the bar top last night with the fellas, we're watching this. I'm losing my mind that Otani is doing this. He does it again. And this was the topic. Is Shohei Otani the most special athlete in our lifetimes, regardless of sport? Like my pal Greg brought up Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
And Dion, because I mean, of course, like Dion, wasn't a great ball player.
No, but 2 professional sports, I get it.
Yeah. And I mean, if Bo Jackson had been able to continue his career and play longer, he probably would be the one. But like what Otani is doing right now is just so freaking insane. He's scheduled to pitch game 3 too, if they need him. I literally just sit there with my jaw dropped watching what he's doing. And man, he's such a fun guy to cheer for. Like he is the best. And like there's no.
DJ Petrin in the chat house says, in 100 years, people will be talking about Otani more than we talk about him today. which might not even be, I think that's true. I think it's true 100 years from now, because it's not like, or I don't think this to be the case. Maybe I'm wrong, and correct me if I am here, but it's not like we're going to see 15 years from now 10 Otanis in the league, where guys are doing what he's doing on both sides of the ball as effectively as he is going. Like we were trying, somebody said today, Dusty, put this in hockey terms. I said, you want it in hockey terms? It's Connor McDavid also starting 35 games in net and being nominated for the Vezina. That's what it is. But like, I can't, like, that's how ridiculous it is. Like, that's what we're witnessing with this guy. It's insane. It's nuts.
It is like, we are all lucky to be alive and sports fans during the Shohei Otani era. And I would have loved for him to come to Toronto and play in the Eastern time zone and be, going to Yankee Stadium all that time. I mean, he's on the West Coast, so a lot of people really don't see him. When you think about it, Major League Baseball this year, I mean, Otani is obviously a huge star, but people don't see a lot of his games because in half the continent, they're starting when people are in bed. And then the other guy, like, how is Cal Raleigh not getting more love? 60 homers, broke Mickey Mantle's switch hitter record. He's a catcher. Who do you think will win the MVP? Judge or Raleigh?
I think Raleigh.
I think he should. Like, if you just look at the numbers, Judge actually has the advantage, probably, like if it was just straight statistics. But when you add in the fact that he's a catcher, I think he'll get the benefit of the doubt.
You know what pisses me off about Otani is that he's already 31, and I just feel like those Angels years were just so wasted for everybody, right? Like we didn't get to see him we knew he was phenomenal, but you didn't get to see him in like high pressure spots. You didn't see him late in the postseason, in the spotlight, in big moments. It just, I wish he would have got out of there sooner.
Think about that Angels era. They had Otani and Mike Trout.
And before Otani, a lot of people thought maybe Trout was the most natural talent of all time.
Well, and certainly the best player in baseball for a whole number of years by like a ton of metrics. And he obviously loved California, decided to stay there. He gets hurt a lot. But basically, you're talking about a team. Like, it would be like the Oilers right now, having McDavid and Draisaitl and not even coming close to making the playoffs. Like, how you could have those two players
at this stage of their career
and be irrelevant. So, I don't know. It's going to be this is going to be another great day. The intensity of these games. And I mean, yesterday was amazing because we were getting the top dogs. It gets a little more interesting as you get more into the rotation. I think the totals will be up. I mean, obviously the Dodger game went way over, but these other games, it feels like you're in the ninth inning in like the third right now. I mean, that the Padres Cubs game yesterday was really, really tight. The Tigers Indians game, or Guardians game, I should say, was really, really tight right off the bat. And obviously the Yankees Red Sox game went, right down to the final pitch with the bases loaded. So hell of a start to the season. Hey, quickly, what are your NFL futures saying to you right now? I was like, a quick midweek once they're back up after the things. I'd love to know.
Let me take a little peek here. Let's see here. All right, we've got Super Bowl winner Bills plus 390, Eagles 630, Packers 830, Lions 850, Chiefs 940, and the Ravens still sitting at 980. Anything intriguing after that? Not really. The Rams are plus 1330. Chargers 1480. MVP Josh Allen, huge favorite, plus 110. Herbert 660, Mahomes 750, Jordan Love's 1090, Lamar 1490. Who else we got in here for MVP right now? Stafford, Hurts, Baker. Then it falls off. Puka Nacua right now, offensive player of the year, front runner, plus 310. He's on a ridiculous pace. You've seen the pace that Puka's on right now? It's insane. Absolutely.
unfortunately, is a guy that doesn't have him.
You looking for anything specific, Huss?
Well, I have a take here. And
okay,
again,
give it to me.
This is going to come. I mean, again, you many of you know that I am very high on the direction of the Chiefs right now. And
Really?
I think that if you can get them 9.5 or 10 to 1, do it. But the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Bills as 4 to 1 favorites to win. I think people are getting so far ahead of themselves. What have the Bills done so far this year? They're 4-0. Dusty, what do you think the combined record of the teams the Bills have played so far is? Right?
Is this
now?
a Chiefs pump up by slagging the Bills? I love it. I'm here for it.
Well, I'm just saying it's insane that they're short of 4 to 1 to win the Super Bowl.
What have they played? 2 combined wins? The teams they've played so far?
Or, 2-14. And they were 1-13 going into Monday Night Football, and one of the teams had to win because they were playing each other. Like, they shouldn't really have won. I mean, Baltimore choked in the first win of the season. I think we're seeing that Baltimore isn't very good. Like, to me, like, I don't know why everyone is crowning the Bills as the team. Now, listen, they probably are going to win the AFC because their schedule is a bit of a joke. I mean, they got the Patriots at home. They're at the Falcons. They're at the Panthers. It would be surprising if they weren't 7-0 before they host the Chiefs in week 8. But I mean, even after that, like, how many tough games did they really have? At the Dolphins, that's a win. Home to the Buccaneers, tougher game, but still. At the Texans, at the Steelers, home to the Bengals, at the Patriots, at the Browns, home to the Eagles, big game, end of the season. But I mean, I could see them going 15-2, 16-1. But then I look, now listen, if they get Milano back and Ed, what's his name, the big guy on the defensive line, they'll be better. But I mean, like, the Saints were right in that game with them late in the second half. I think people love, and I love Josh Allen, I mean, so much, and the Bills fans and everything and their whole story. I think we are getting way ahead of ourselves, or certainly the books are right now, with anointing them short of 4 to 1 to win the Super Bowl this year. It's a little crazy. And just remember, folks, if you go back to the quarter point of every season, think about what everyone was saying and then see what happened at the end. I want you guys to clip this because I have a feeling in February, I'm going to be going, hey, can you grab that clip from October 1st when we were talking about a certain team that's been to 7 straight AFC championship games and 5 of the last 7 Super Bowls was 10 to 1 at the start of the year? How is that possible?
Reaction as expected. Supersized Indiana Jones says classic Chiefs fan take. Deskra says Huss is mad that the refs are calling an even game now. Someone get Huss his vape. He's starting to get flustered. Jen is saying, get this guy a Diet Pepsi and a taquito stat. There it is. How about them Chiefs? What's going on with WST, buddy?
We're actually going to talk a lot of hockey today. John Madison, the score, is going to jump on. I mean, lots of reaction to these deals and this landscape of the National Hockey League. Murat Atesh from The Athletic will jump on and we'll kind of, assess the levels of concern coming out of last night's game. Off day today, no updates. So I'm sure the chat will be handling Jonathan Taves and Vlad leaving the game last night very, very level-headedly. And we are going to talk some fantasy football as well. And we'll get into some baseball. So it'll be a fun, obviously the Bombers on the bye week, but I have a feeling we will talk about the legitimacy of a certain CFL poll that was put out yesterday, and everyone will be fired up.
On fantasy, buddy, in my big boy league, we have a $200 fab budget. Somebody spent $151 on Darius Slayton this morning. It's a big one. I mean, I know Neighbors is gone and you're hoping, but still got a rookie who likes to run the ball throwing it. I mean, I put in a bid. I'm weak at wide receiver. I put in a bid at 51 and I was like, there's no way anybody's going at 51. And somebody bid $149 and got him. So that's
how many teams in that league?
12 of us.
Okay, it's 12-team league.
Yeah.
That's aggressive, I will say. I don't think I would be putting 75% of my yearly budget onto Darius Slayton with the rookie QB and all that, but
what are you going to do?
We will see.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a good show, and we'll catch up with you. I'm off tomorrow. I'm flying to Ottawa tomorrow. So Glue Guy will be with you tomorrow. And then Friday from Ottawa, I'll hop in. But Lieutenant Eric is going to make his lock shop debut with us on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'll pop in with some picks partway through that show, but it should be fun.
And we'll have to. I'm looking forward to getting Eric's take. How did Eric feel about that CFL poll? Was he?
He's scared of the riders. I think he's like, the riders are. You know how it is when your team's elite, but you're always thinking that it's going to fall apart. He was saying today, we're talking to her. He goes, "I don't want to see the Bombers. I just don't want to see the Bombers." I was like, let's calm down. Everybody calm down right now. All right, you get off to go do WST, buddy, and we'll talk to you later.
You guys.
All right, there you go. Dan, so can you throw? There you go. That's us. Winnipeg Sports Talk. What a Chiefs rant on October 1st, using the Bills as just a way to pump up the Chiefs. That was as classic us as you will possibly get. I thought that. Let's talk about the Bills for a second, and then it's basically a Chiefs rant. All right, here's. I still hear him in the room laughing. It's the grandest parlay is up, and the boys are working on the Dodgers -1.5 Yankees money line. That'll be up. The grandest is up. It is Otani with an RBI. Dodgers on the run line -1.5. Whitecaps halftime, full time versus Van FC. It's +390. We got our CFL money line parlay from earlier in the day. Riders money line and Lions money line at +136. The new codes have been locked and loaded and reloaded for the month of October. I know many of you guys have already hit these. We have 3 of them. We have EST 50, deposit 50, get 50. EST Sports, deposit 50, get 50. And then EST Casino, deposit 50 and get 50 to play with in the casino. And they got a ton of casino games over at Play Alberta. Make sure you use your game sense when you're playing at Play Alberta. We've got a trade for the Edmonton Oilers. We're going to dive into that a little bit here. Kaprizov gets his deal done. Is McDavid soon to follow or following at any time? And we'll get into that a little bit on the Boston Pizza Oil Stream, which is on the way as well. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Oil Stream will be firing up in 5 minutes or less. If you're watching over on YouTube today, smash the thumbs up for the lock shop. Heck, I haven't even done it yet. There we go. That's done. And turn on autoplay. That'll take you right on over to the Oil Stream. For us, I am Dusty. Thank you very much for joining us on Lock Shop today. Best of luck if you're riding with us tonight, and we will talk to you tomorrow.